Hey y'all, this is Dub Butcher, and in this video we're going to do a little revisit on the SuperBox. I've had it for about 8 months, and so I'm going to give you my thoughts and opinions on the device, the things that I think it did really well with, and some of the things I think it fell a little bit short on. So we're going to talk about all those things so that you can make a more informed decision on if this is the device that may fit your needs or if it's something else that you might need to get. So stick around at the end of this video though, and I'm going to give you information on how you might be able to score yourself your own SuperBox. I've got a SuperBox Ultra, a SuperBox Max, and two SuperBox Pros to give away. And I will give you that information at the end of this video so that you can get yourself in the running to possibly get one of these devices. So let's talk about some of the things that I enjoyed on this device. One of the things, as I said in the video that I had made prior, is the plug and play aspect of it. To get the device, run through a couple applications, click a couple things, and things were running. That was really nice. I mean, for someone that's not very techy, this would be brilliant and make it very easy for those folks. So I really enjoyed that plug and play aspect. The color richness of the device. I don't know what they do. I don't know if they have it on vivid, but the colors are really, really rich and bold. When you're watching, especially sporting events, it really pops. So I'm not sure how they did that, but to me, it's even different from my Shield. I could see a difference when I'm watching the Shield, and if I turn on the SuperBox, I can see the color of the on the SuperBox that just kind of pops a lot more. So that is I think for most people they would like that color aspect of it. The quickness of going from channel to channel on the live aspect of it, channel to channel or the EPG loading, it does a great job. The EPG does a good job of the TV guide, as well as when I'm going from channel to channel. Once in a while, I found opening some of those applications, when I'm opening a live TV application and it's initiating, I would find that it would kind of be a little slow because it gives like a percentage. And then sometimes it would just hang at like 98% or 99% and not load actually load the live TV content. But what I would do is hit back and then go back into that application, and then it would just fly right through and everything would load. So if you find that it kind of hangs on the application, just back out and go back in. And again, it would happen just once in a while, but not very often. And again, if I just backed out, then it loaded just fine. So that the live TV aspect of it, great job. And the content if you're in North America is great. If you're in Europe or the UK, the amount of channels is little to none. So that would be a downside if someone is from the UK wanting channels, because they're not really there. So for North America, channels are available. So that would be a pro and con depending on where you live in the world. The remote control, the Bluetooth remote control, does a very good job. I really loved the Bluetooth aspect of it, so I didn't have to be pointing right at the device. People that have had Android devices in the past have found that you've got to be pointing right at the device to get it to register, and sometimes you're moving all around. This doesn't need this. This is like a Firetv remote where you don't have to be pointing at the device. It does a really good job. So the remote, over time, I found did a really good job. Plus, I loved the little bit of a rubber on this. It had a really nice feel in your hand. So I enjoyed that. The playback feature, which they call it playback, I would call it Catchup, or some people would call it like the DVR function, is really good. That offers a good, I'd have to say 70 plus channels of different items, as well as pay-per-view and sporting events are in Catchup. So meaning you could go back up to 6 days to watch content that came on prior or from channels. I found it almost flawless. There was only once or twice of me checking um, events that had happened the day prior that didn't load or they had an issue. All the other times, if it was a event that had happened the night before, I could find it quite easily through the guide. So that to me stood out, that even if for other services that you get, that's not easy to find. So great job on the playback feature. And then they went and added some applications. So I'm going to open up, let's see here. Let's open up the App Store. And I'd say probably 4 or 5 months ago, they added about 9 or 10 new applications to their store. And each of these applications offer their own content, be it live or movie or TV or even 24/7. They all offer their own content that's separate from the Blue TV or even the backup TV. So that is a really cool thing, to not only offer what you got on the device, on the initial device. Now they've given you extra applications that load just fine, and more options for you. So that is a really cool feature I loved. And some of these applications have some really good stuff. So I'll post down below in the show notes what some of those applications what they have, and give you an idea of what's offered in some of those things. So some of the things that I maybe not liked as much, it still has issues playing 4K content. If you're trying to watch something that's a H.265 codec, and that's what almost all 4K is in H.265. It didn't matter if I tried to watch it through Plex or MB or Kodi, 4K content doesn't play. The audio would play a little bit, but the video would be non-existent. You'd get frames like a still shot of stuff. So I'm hoping at some point, even though they say that it supports 265, if you watch the video I did prior, I actually went through with I think it's AIDA64, and you see that the H.265 is not there. So my hope is that they would add that, because that's its biggest downfall for me, is that it doesn't offer that that codec, because that codec is needed for most 4K content that we would try to watch. So hopefully that gets fixed soon. The other thing that happens once in a blue moon, and I've read it and it's been in the comments on some of my other videos, is people saying random kickouts during different live channel watching. And I have experienced that, and it's not all the time. And to be honest, over the last couple of months, it's happened even less. But I used to, especially pay-per-view events, big events, occasionally it would like just boot you out of the live TV app, and I would just click it and go right back in, and it would already be on whatever channel I was watching, and it would load, and boom, I was back in it. So it really wasn't a major issue, but it would kind of bug a lot of people in my comments. They would complain about that's one of the things, and I did experience that, but again, pretty random, and it was only on really big events. And again, the last couple of months, I haven't seen that happen quite as much. So hopefully that's been sorted out, and we kind of get back to where it needs to be. One of the things that did happen with the new devices that they sent, because I actually tested one of the devices that they had sent me for the giveaway, was that I went in and the App Store was not there. It just wasn't part of it. Google Play Store was there. The App Store was not. So I actually contacted them, and they sent me to this video, and I will put this video's URL down in the show notes down below for you to be able to get a fix. So it seems like the new firmware that was sent with the new devices, there was a bug in it. There was some type of an issue so that the App Store did not load. Now you have to basically in this video, what you'll do is you'll go to a website, you will download a zip file that has the working App Store. You will download that to the device. It gets the App Store back in place. Once the App Store is in place, you are able to update the TV updater, the TV ROM updater. So the update of the App Store, then I updated, or you will be able to update the OTA ROM updater. Once that happens, then it basically fixes the problem. That firmware through the OTA update fixes the problem. But you'll have to go through the steps. Watch the video. It kind of shows you it. It's not very difficult to do. And once I did that, everything else was fine. All the channels worked, all the applications worked, so it's fine. So that will be an issue if you get one of the new devices until SuperBox fixes that firmware on their end on the new devices coming out. But it just seems like to be a small bug in the firmware that came out with this latest shipment of devices. So I did see a post where somebody said that the help desk did not show when the App Store was not working. The little help was not working either. So that may be part of the things. But once I updated and did the OTA update, everything was on there. This is one of the new devices. You can see all of it is looking like it should. The other thing is the graphic over in the side just stayed on the Singapore or Hong Kong cityscape. That's all that it stayed on. It didn't go through the rotation of the sporting events. So if you see that it's stuck on that, it probably needs to update your App Store and the firmware through the OTA, which was nice to do the OTA update. Again, it's not hard. Took about 5 minutes for it to download that OTA and update, and it was good. It was fine after that. So those are the things that I felt had an issue. So about the giveaway. So I have the 4 devices here that we're going to give away, and I'm thinking about how we're going to do this. And so what I'm thinking it will do is I would like you in the comments of this video here is to write what you would do for a SuperBox. And I would like you to do it without swearing and not being vulgar. Try to keep it as PG-13. Doesn't have to be, PG, but keep it PG-13 because I'm going to read the comments for the winners on the live Streaming Matters show on June 13th. Myself as well as the panel is going to pick the best comments for what you would do for a SuperBox. So post those in the comments down below. And myself as well as the panel on Streaming Matters comes on Friday nights at 5 o'clock. We're going on June 13th. We're going to look through the comments and pick 4 winners. And from those 4 winners, I will have to reach out to you. You'll have to reach me on Telegram. So that's another aspect of it. You're going to have to reach me on Telegram and to be able to give me your address. I'll need a name and an address, and I will ship them to you. So I'm looking forward to hearing what funny comments and what you would do for a SuperBox, and to see what how creative people can be. And that will be on June 13th. The show will be at 5 o'clock on YouTube. So just tune into here on Streaming Matters, and you'll be able to see if your comment was good enough to get you one of these devices. So look forward to that. So again, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. And if you have any questions, I will do my best to answer. I'm not a representative for the company. But I have messed around with it enough and kind of figured out a few things, and I will do. If you have issues, you can post them. If I can answer those questions, I will. If I can't answer those questions, reach out to the company that you bought it from, because that's the easiest way, as well as the help desk that is on the box itself, to see if they may be able to help you out. So again, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.